we're not even a month into 2024, and the speculators are speculating. Cannabis stocks are on average up 25% since the unredacted 252-page rescheduling recommendation from the Department of Health and Human Services was released. Is it just going to be another blip on the radar when we look back at the big picture? Or are we seeing the beginning of a new phase? Business of Cannabis, Barron's, Motley Fool, and Market Watch are all saying that the rescheduling recommendation and subsequently the DEA's response saying that they would be taking the wheel going forward to push us into what they believe is our rescheduled or descheduled future, or whatever they think is best. They're saying that that's the catalyst that we've all been waiting for. So instead of taking the words of suit-wearing Chads and Brads that make a living off of making bad bets, no matter the outcome, I wanted to ask the rest of the team what you guys are thinking. Since that redacted thing came out, everything is up 25%, and they're saying that's going to be headed to the moon. Do you guys believe it? Is this rescheduled, descheduled thing going to be real? Are we really headed to the next phase? Or is this just a bunch of more noise and distractions? I'm Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street. Open it up for discussion. What do you guys think?
Obviously, these speculators have never heard of gravity because what goes up must come down.
Well, they're saying we've hit the bottom and we're on our way back up to the top.
I don't think we've hit the bottom yet. I'm not buying that for a second.
Yeah. I don't think that we will ever really know what the top is for at least another 5 years, or until every state has federal legalization and interstate commerce is allowed. We won't know. That's when we will have some real data. But I think that this is going to come out right before the election. I think some major something, some curveball is going to come right before the election.
October surprise, maybe.
It's going to make this election incredibly intense.
You know what that's going to be, right? That's going to be what? Biden giving everybody amnesty that's crossed the border.
Right. Yeah,
that's going to be the October surprise.
Biden what?
Yeah.
Not across the board, but across the border, Jason? You're just saying that Biden, you trying to drop a little hint in there that he's going to give everybody across the border amnesty?
He's going to give everyone that crossed amnesty, let them all vote in the election, thinking that they're all going to vote for Biden.
They're all going to get cannabis licenses.
Listen, man, we do want to hear, don't spew your right-wing conspiracies on High at 9 right now. Let's drill down on what Rico was talking about here. Now, 25% increase is huge in the stock market. And really that's a psychological increase, right? Because in this sense, we didn't have anything new. All we had was a printing of an old piece of paper that was printed in August that showed you exactly what everybody already knew, that it was being recommended to go to a Schedule 3. It's still in the same place it was when we heard about that in August. So I see like everybody getting excited. I'm happy for it. I want it to move. We want this to happen. We want it to be descheduled completely. However, we're at the same spot. 25% increase in stocks is awesome. Hopefully the stocks keep going up and everybody keeps making a ton of money in cannabis and puts a lot of it back to the people who were impacted by prohibition, because we have a dark history in this industry and we need to make sure that we have a social responsibility as a corporation to give back to the people that were harmed.
Right. Don't trust the DEA to do that, though. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. Is that they're going to drive this train for rescheduling as opposed to descheduling. They've already showed their hand. They're going to be assholes the entire way. There'll be no social equity. Luke, you and I will never qualify to have one of these businesses if the DEA has anything to do with it. Right now, we are in the front of the line for social equity. But if they get their chance, none of us are going to get shit out of this. And they're going to allow corporations with histories of producing Schedule 2, 3, 4, and 5 drugs be able to do this. Mm-hmm. The rest of us will be out in the trap, and the trap will win.
The trap will win. Well, at least, Dale, you'll be on the winning
personally,
side.
Those people who are heavily out there tasked with the responsibility of advocating for federal legalization, something that we would like for you to put in the notes there is that anybody who has been incarcerated and been moved from one state to the next in the name of cannabis, like enforcement, those people should be able to qualify for social equity in every single state that they got moved to, as far as I'm concerned, and be able to get licensure in every single one of those locations.
And Mandy, you've been working with retailers for quite a while. both in the trenches and working with them as your clients. Have you seen anything recently that would be a quote unquote significant change that would amount to all these people just starting to dump their money into these stocks and start believing in cannabis other than this lip service? I personally don't see anything.
I'm not seeing nothing. I'm not hearing anything either.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I think it's just a distraction. So shiny object.
We have the lovely Grace Lalou joining us today in studio. Grace, do you have any thoughts about this? I know you have a publicly traded company or part of one or whatnot. What do you think about this?
I think that it probably does have something to do with talks of rescheduling. I think people get excited because I have a lot of my family that are not in cannabis, that know nothing about cannabis, that'll hit me up out of nowhere and just suddenly be like, did you hear? The cannabis stocks are going up. Is this the time? And I don't know how to tell them this isn't the time. There isn't a time. I don't see a time coming up. But I think it is lip service. I think people get excited and start to see it move upward, and then everybody kind of jumps on the trend. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, I agree with Jason that it's just gonna come back down.
Yeah. See, unfortunately, she agrees with me. Mm-hmm.
You guys.
Well, some of these stocks, I mean, they can't really go much lower.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, they can. They can become negative.
When I was with Baker Technologies, we went public as Tilt Holdings, right? We were supposed to IPO at $5. They lied to the SEC. It's all public information, so you don't see it. Yeah, they lied to the SEC, and we ended up IPOing at $3.22. Right, I was supposed to make a lot of money on that. My strike price is still at $5.25. Currently trading today at 2 cents.
See what I'm saying, Rico?
2 cents.
Let me put it to you like this, bro. You're 2 cents away from being negative.
It can't go negative.
Just saying.
But what I'm saying is, for a lot of these beat down pot stocks that are still around, there's not much further for them to go down. And these guys are, like I said, I don't believe it. I'm with you, Jason. I'm with pretty much everybody else here. But I'm just like searching for some kind of catalyst other than lip service from the DEA saying that, change is coming. Right? I'm just saying that if you guys see anything different on the ground, or you guys hear anything, because I don't hear anything.
Maybe if you're searching.
We're all growing up in the same America here, Rico. This shit moves slow.
Slow. And if anything, I think there's going to be more question marks, which investors hate, if the DEA takes the wheel.
Well, Rico, you gave me this open one, so I'm going to take it. But if you're looking for a catalyst, then maybe you should focus on weed for the people.
Maybe you should, because I don't think the DEA is for the people. But
they're definitely not for the people.
That should be the federal legalization tagline. Just weed for the people.
It should. Oh man, that would be a good one.